What's up, YouTube? So today, come to you, I want to show you all about my pool, the intex pool, and how I use PVC to hard pipe it and run lines for most of my pool. Help get better circulation and better water flow. Also installed a surface skimmer to the other side, and I'll show you all that. And it just helps get better flow and circulation to the pool. I showed y'all the video about why I did some of this. Check that out, that might help you out a little bit. So let's dig in and I'll show you all what I did. Alright guys, so you can see right here I have a cutoff right here to this line here. This is my salt generator, and it comes out from my pump. The only ones I haven't done is those right there, and the other one that comes from the pump. That's the only ones I haven't done. This is a union for disconnect. I go in right here and it goes up. If I want to open this valve here, it goes right up there, and I can run water in that way as well. And what I usually do on that one is I run my vacuum, and then this goes underground here, and then back up right here, and then into the pool, and then I run a sprinkler right off the side right there with cutoffs and ball valves and everything. And then right down here is a rubber connection that I use. If I ever need to take that off, I can take it off, or if for some reason the pool height is different, if we go for a different pool, then I can just adjust right here. It gives me a little bit of adjustability there, and I've used that for about 2 years. This is the second year on this pool, and I used it on the prior pool as well, and everything, and it's worked great. And then the way I did it, I changed these cutouts right here. I cut out right here from your standard ones that came out. I'll show you that in just a second. And then I made these connections. All right guys, you can see there's my pump right there. Have a union right there. This piece right here, I believe, is a 2-inch piece that threads right onto your pump. And then right here is a reducer for 1.5 inches. And all my piping is 1.5 inches. Have an 1.5 inch union. And that way I can just take it apart if I ever need to be. Take it apart right here. And that lets me do any maintenance or take everything apart if I need to winterize or put everything up, drain water. I'm able to do that. And then I use L90s for some of it, and I use 45s here, 45s there, and then it runs right down the side of the pool. Let's see if I can get down here. And then 45s back over to right there. And then you can see it just 90s right up. And then I have a ball valve here, so if I ever need to cut it off, another union here. And these are 1.5 inches right here. This is 1.5 inches, and it threaded right into the bottom of my skimmer, my surface skimmer right there, and everything. And that's my PVC I used to make this happen. And now let's go talk about the connections and how I made those. Alright guys, so this is what I use to make this happen. And then see, this is your ends where you have your that are normally on your pool. I took those out, and then I use these bigger ones. You usually have one of these on these intex pools, I believe. I added this in. I took and traced that size because your hole is that big, and then I made it that big right there. And you have a rubber washer on there, so once you tighten it down, it don't leak. The trick is cutting that out. And I did this after the pool had water in it and stretched the liner a little bit. And I glued everything with just regular all-purpose contact cement. And then right here is where this was, and a pipe would come. You would connect a pipe there, and I changed it to the bigger one here. And basically on the inside of the pool, I can hook my vacuum to it, and it runs off of pressure. And I run my vacuum through there and vacuum the pool with that. And then this one over here, I believe was already a bigger size, and I did not have to cut that out. It's double lined right here, so you do got double lining, so it's not as hard to cut or tear. And I just traced it out, and I very carefully cut it with a razor knife. Just be careful, do that at your own risk. This is just how I did mine. Use your common sense on that one and be safe, because you can destroy your pool, flood your backyard. So that's the only dangerous part to it, and it's not that bad. I just slightly cut it out little by little, and stuck the other piece in, tightened it down, and I was good. I actually did mine with water in the pool, and just slowly cut it all the way around, and then finally I broke through once I had it scarred and cut a little bit all the way around. I started breaking through all the way, and then I had someone help me, and we just stuck the this connector in there, and I just put this nut on there and tightened it down, and it stopped the water from leaking out. And then I had a cap that I just put on the back, and it stopped all the water. So yeah, I had a cap. That's one of the caps right there that comes with your pool and some of your supplies, and I stuck that on there. It was already on there, so I didn't have to worry about it leaking water or nothing after I got there. And then I finished my setup. I blocked the front side, and I added this piece, and I had a cut off down here, and I was able to glue everything up with cutting that off there. Let's take a look at the other parts now, and I'll show you how I did that. Alright, so this right here is electrical conduit reducer. This one came from this one came from Ace Hardware in the electrical conduit area. And this is a I don't know if you can see that on there. It's an 1.5 inch reducer, and it has a lip on the front. You can take your connector that comes on your white hoses, and then it just goes on there like that, and then that will connect to this piece here. And then I added a washer that comes with your pump, and then that will tighten down. And I use joint compound in these to seal my joints, and that helped. Here you go, that's how I did it. And then this will allow you to put your 1.5 inch on there, and you just don't push it down all the way. Leave you enough room so you have a little room to unscrew this off if you ever need to take it off, and so it's not tight down on it. But that one right there is a regular all-purpose glue to glue that together. And then that's how I did it. You can find these at Home Depot. The Home Depot one has these little ears or nubs on the side, and you will have to cut that flush with the edge or sand it with sandpaper. And then the writing on there, you'll need to take a piece of sandpaper and just sand those little numbers down flush to make it a smooth surface, so you'll have a good mating surface, and it will seal inside here and will not leak. If not, you will have a slow leak. But as long as it's smooth and flat, and then that washer will help. You can also add the joint compound inside of here on your joints, your threads, your thread compound, and it will help stop your leaks as well. Alright guys, that's where I got my parts from, and that's how I did our pool here. And just these connections and just all this stuff made it so easy, and I don't have to do much work to keep the pool clean. And it makes it just a lot easier. That rubber washer there, this connection here into there, that's your hardest part, is getting this part, and then you can just run regular PVC and have that run for your other connections. I believe all the threads work for everything else. This is the only thing that don't work on threaded PVC and connections as well. These fit a lot better and just thread on a lot better. There's some videos out there, I think they show you taking your hose and cutting the edge of it and then gluing to that, but you don't have a lot of room to glue to. This gives you PVC. It'll be a solid connection. Mine's held up for a couple years now and it works well, but this gives you solid surfaces, clean surfaces to run your PVC and glue all your joints up. Regular all-purpose PVC glue right there, that's what I used. And then if you have any threaded joints, use that thread compound. I'll put a picture of it in there. I didn't have any, and I'll show you all what I did. But if you have any questions, let me know. I can try to help you out the best I can. That's how I did my pool. I hope this helps you out. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. See y'all next time. Thanks for watching.